All right, pushing to YouTube right now. It's a public link. Try to get some more people in here. I'm 15 minutes, 25 minutes behind what I wanted to be. Made Good is live on YouTube. Might as well. Wait for some more people to get in the mix here. Subscribe to the tube. Yeah, do it. All right, we are live on YouTube. I'm going to copy the stream into our Instagram. Okay, I like the topics already. Let's do it. Here, let me link it. All right, so in our profile, let's see if we can't pin a comment here. Sorry, guys, I'm linking this out here. So I pinned that comment to the top. Okay, we're getting some people in here. So check out our link on our profile and you can see the YouTube. Let me stop monitoring my audio. This sounds crazy. Will somebody look at YouTube and make sure it sounds good? Keeping it cash still, you know? Just realized I'm doing the standing again. I meant to sit. So here we go. I had a couple people send me some good references. It was pretty cool. We'll talk about those for sure. Let me just take my mic audio and stop monitoring it. All right, my audio should still be good. What's up, Brandon? What's up, you guys? I told a couple other people they'll probably be jumping in a minute. Oh, I left my notes. Let me grab my notes. All right. Oh, what's up, Ben? Ben's in there. Ben, you can check out this stream on YouTube too, on our YouTube channel. It's linked in the Instagram bio. I'm gonna put up some some content references that we're gonna just talk about. All right, we're live. What do we got? All right, 4 people. We'll talk about it. So it's funny. I was just watching the news, and I feel like the news anchors are getting a little. They're having to be off the cuff a little bit more, and I think it's been kind of pretty funny. This morning, just watching this banter, it was some type of local station. And the guy was trying to explain that the hardest time he's had has been keeping himself together, but he used this word. He said one of his biggest challenges has been body hair management. And he was talking to a female anchor, and you could tell that made her pretty uncomfortable. And I thought that was kind of a poor choice of words. And it was just funny seeing people who aren't used to going off the cuff, kind of going off the cuff, and usually being really scripted. And I think we're seeing that with some of the celebrity content we're seeing And it goes back to kind of one of my initial points yesterday, which was like, you know, you could tell certain people are pretty disconnected, and you know, when the cameras go up and they're like scripted, they can do it pretty well, but trying to be off the cuff is a little more difficult, obviously, with what we're doing too. But I don't know, I thought that was pretty funny. And then other people just trying to put out content, it's not very tasteful content because they're kind of force feeding it or like pushing out stuff. And I'm hoping like Siler or, yeah, exactly. I'm hoping Siler or Chico jump in, because this is what I was trying to bring back the discussion from yesterday, which was, the example was El Cortez made a post, and pretty much what they're doing in short in the copy of the post is saying, hey, we know what's going on, but we're going to keep trying to do, content that's entertaining. And that was kind of the discussion, is like, how do we have entertaining content or something that's like something people want to watch, but is like tasteful, and Eric used the word yesterday, Corona friendly. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And once again, we're live on YouTube if you guys wanted to check that out. It's in the link's in the bio. If somebody tries that link, let me know if it works. Yeah, some of that stuff needs to stay in the dugout, definitely. That's a beautiful reference for the baseball players out there, and that idea that, you kind of keep that to yourself a little bit. I love that, bringing in those baseball terms. That's awesome. But I'm going to throw around some graphics on the YouTube. So if you want to check out the YouTube link, you'll actually see some of the content we're talking about. One of my first favorite pieces that I saw was like the reworking of a Drake album cover. And I'll kind of throw that up right now. Well, here, let's play the intro music. There we go. Intro music. We got intro music, people. Oh, good. The link works good. Hopefully the feed looks good too. I probably won't share as much as I usually or had planned on, as far as like the visuals on YouTube, but we'll have a few references. It'll be cool. Will we see any live baseball in 2020? My opinion, we're not going to see any live sports until at least like spring of 2021. And I think like, oh, thank you for the feedback on the YouTube. And I kind of think that, oh, it's funny. I'm talking to the IG live. I'm doing too many things right now. But I don't think we're going to see any live sports or live events like spring 2021, like almost certainly. And even if things pick back up, people are still going to be hesitant to, even go to them. I don't know about anybody else, but, we've been kind of watching how like, we got 30 more days. We had 2 weeks. Now we got 30 more days. I mean, and we're still kind of waiting for the peak of things. I mean, to me, that means 4 weeks is the absolute minimum. And then even if things open back up and we start working again, what's up, JoJo? We're not gonna rush back to work, So I think it'll be some time, but I realize how distracting seeing yourself on YouTube is. That's pretty funny. I think it will be like the Roaring 20s post-war. I need a live event. Yeah, like after it all, like after we're released back into the wild and things are going for a while and people start getting comfortable again, I think that, oh, what's up, Megan? I think that, just like with the high-fiving thing, we're not going to, just because we're released back into the wild doesn't mean we're going to be running up and like high-fiving each other. So I think it's like, there'll be time after that, and then, quite a bit of time just for individuals to decide like what they want to do. If you just jumped in, we're going to talk about some of like the content, tasteful content, and send me ideas. Like if you guys have something you like or don't like. And that's the thing, actually, even just yesterday with kind of our small audience, quite a few people texted me and said, hey, I like this piece. Hey, here's something I don't like. So I appreciate you guys kind of sending that in. And two, once again, I'm just gonna plug it one more time. Is the YouTube in our Instagram bio? You can link out to YouTube, and I'll actually show them. I'll put something up on YouTube right now, so you can kind of see what we're talking about. This is an image. I think this went live like, shoot, it's almost like 2 weeks right now. It was Complex, and they jump on stuff pretty early, but it was a Drake album. I think, what's his album? Oh, here's the cover reads, if you're reading this, wash your hands. And it's the album, it's Drake's album. What year did that come out? Reading this is too late. Let's see. If you're reading this, it's too late. It's the album. The release was in 2015, so it's kind of a callback to that. But it was just kind of funny because the verbiage set him up nice. But this was 2 weeks ago, and that was the big point yesterday was, oh yeah, Drake's finally showed his baby off. That's funny, it made headlines. Well, yeah, and just that whole thing did. But anyway, what was I saying? You distracted me with the Drake's baby thing. I lost my train of thought with Drake's baby. Oh, the album. This was 2 weeks ago. They jumped on that pretty early, and it was like everyone who's making like Corona content and being kind of fun and silly, like I was mentioning, the comedians. You know, comedians started doing a lot more, at least these podcasting comedians started doing a lot more live stuff. And it's all right. Like, they're edgy. They talk in an edgy manner, but I touched my face. All right. We'll keep a tally on my face touches. That's one, I think. I might have already done that. They're making a big deal about his blonde curly hair. Yeah, Drake. I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny. But I kind of digress from what I was saying. I don't even know. The Drake album, good content, bad content, tasteful content. Oh, Andy's in here. Turbo, what's up, bro? Hope you're doing all right out there in South Dakota, man. I don't know. Is the weather good yet? Is it still snowing? Yo, what up, dude? You can check our YouTube if you want to see some like content we'll put up. I did put a reference up right now, so you can kind of see what we're talking about. But it's pretty much just a static image of a post that Complex did. But anyway, I was saying these comedians, people started getting kind of funny with the Rona thing right away, especially as Americans. And it's easy as Americans to kind of feel untouchable with stuff like this. Snow's gone, the weather's good. That's good, man. With stuff like this, it's like you get a little comfortable, even on the West Coast, like things happening in like busier places, you get a little comfy, and then you see what's going on in New York and like Virginia. South Dakota has the least amount of positive COVID-19 tests. Okay, great job out there in South Dakota. Well, and that's what we were saying is comedians jumping on and kind of poking fun at the Corona idea. Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, that was a little funnier and kind of, opportunistic. But now it seems like, kind of making too much fun of it, or at least for a general audience, might be in kind of poor taste. Maybe to their audience and the people who would tune into their stuff regularly, they might, it's entertaining. I like comedy, and I'm not easily offended. So it's kind of funny to me, but I don't have a personal, oh, what's up, Mo? Oh, Mo's another great guy that can share some good stuff. Mo, we're on YouTube live too, bro, if you want to check it out. It's in the IG bio, but we're talking just content and what is kind of tasteful content right now, what content is missing, and who kind of feels like put on a beekeeper's hat. Yeah, beekeeper's hat and a mask. What up, dude? The Win stuff will look great, man. Like what Win did last night with the windows and stuff, lighting it up with Vegas Strong in the heart. That was pretty cool. The aerials you guys got were pretty neat too. Yeah, Win aerials were beautiful. Yeah, show Win some love, man. They're awesome. Say it ain't Mo. Yeah, that's Mo. We got a baseball connection in here. All right, thank you for the feedback on the YouTube stream. It's good to know. I'm not really monitoring. Being solo in the studio right now, I'm kind of coordinating all the different things. So somewhat be patient if I get a little distracted by like trying to show something off or something. But thanks. Yeah, we went out and shot that last night. Yeah, nice turnover too, dude. Um, but yeah, we're just talking tasteful content, what we like that we've seen. I'm hoping that like Edgar and Siler kind of jump in here too. Where do I find the Win stuff? On Instagram. You could check out Win on Instagram. I think Win Nightlife too. I think it was also it was Win Nightlife and on Wins. Let me see. And on the YouTube, when I send the post, I will do my best to link everything we talk about, because I have some notes and different links that I have too. Correct. Okay, cool. Win Nightlife and on Win. So at Win Las Vegas and at Win Nightlife. Throw them a bunch of double taps too while you're in there. So that was awesome. I think what they did with the windows there really, and that was what we were talking about yesterday. Chico had brought that up, like wanting to like play to kind of the sentiment. I had mentioned that we had someone we know with a local business, and what they're doing is not even from a content standpoint yet. That was my kind of advice was, they're still paying their employees, and they have 60 employees, the restaurant. They're paying them, however much money a day. And, when I kind of did the math and figured it out, I'm like, oh, okay, like they're really taking care of these people's like bills right now. And to me, I think people jump back in that restaurant, as soon as kind of things get back, just knowing the type of people that are running that place. And I think that's the big thing right now for a lot of different people is like connecting with people. Like we were saying, FaceTiming, like FaceTiming is getting much more casual. You don't have to be all like prepped and proper. I kind of use the example, like, FaceTiming my buddy and he's laying in his bed, like in his chonies, and he's all double chinned out with like his phone on his chest. But and we, I wouldn't expect anything else, but, it just reminded me how like, oh, you used to want to like prep and proper a little bit, That took a lot of window. Yeah, exactly. That was a lot of effort. Oh, what's up, Jash? Hope you're doing good, bro. Another guy who have some nice input on like content. What's tasteful, what makes sense and what doesn't. And dude, if you have any, Jash, if you have any input or anything or any content you see, like shoot me a text or something. Link it over to me. I'd love to kind of hear your feedback, dude. So anyway, talking tasteful content. So Win did that. It was the Vegas Strong stuff. And then, it's an opportunity for like brands and companies to, kind of get creative and be unique in a way that kind of touches people's sentiment. And I think nostalgia is another big one that might be an opportunity to share on. People are like they're missing these events. Like we're missing live sports right now. We're missing, I keep saying like the Lakers were balling out of their mind. I was excited about the Dodgers this year. But like right now it would be awesome to, go to a game. Like thinking about going to a baseball game live right now, it seems very far away, and I'm sure a lot of people are feeling that. And I didn't realize how much I was really enjoying, like I said, watching the Lakers, watching what was happening with like spring training baseball, and kind of the trades in the NFL were kind of unique and interesting. Tom Brady's move, all that. Face touch. Okay, I got a 2 count on face touches. Sorry guys, I'm doing better. This is a completely. That's why it took me a minute to get on. This is a completely Rona-free studio. It's been well over a month since anyone other than myself has been in here. I'm Rona-free. Thankfully, and so is my family, anybody who would have come around here. But anyway, that's 2 on face touches. I'll try to be smarter about that. Those are the things you don't realize. It's like these little interesting habits. And I'm talking about that story going to Home Depot and my like OCD about keeping distance and thinking about the things I'm touching. And, it's an interesting time. See, my nose is itching right now. It's allergy season. I got allergies. What do you want from me? But anyway, Even rec ball for the kids. Yeah, what about the kids? Oh, Quincy, what's up? Talk about we're talking content, Quincy. Send me content you like, and like, if you think about it, stuff you think is also distasteful. That's kind of what really sparked this for me was, you know, seeing things that I felt like, that's in poor taste. Like a lot of people rushed to start doing, oh, Callie, what's up, Callie? A lot of people started rushing to get content up and to kind of be opportunistic with it, which I get. That's what you got to do as brands or creators, whatever. But, now some of the stuff that was up 3 or 4 weeks ago would now, if you went live with it, with people having more personal experiences with the Rona, it would be in poor taste, So the brands, brands and companies, it's a tricky time. And the other thing is people got time to watch more content. I've been watching a lot more like short form documentary stuff. Say short form, like 5 to 20 minutes, which that's what I think people are going for anyway, is, watching stuff that's a little bit longer. We're not stuck in 1 minute. Sorry, I don't even know if we got a YouTube audience, but I'm really paying attention to Instagram. Sorry about that. But yeah, I had like 20 different points right there, and I lost my way a little bit. Who had some good stuff? Oh yeah, the El Cortez stuff. So the big question is like sending a message of like, hey, we know what's going on right now. Oh yeah, the graduating classes. That's what I was saying. See, I have too many thoughts in my mind right now. Yeah, the comeback content. I love hearing that. But yeah, to the kids and rec ball. I know I sent some messages on like Twitter to some college baseball programs, just kind of sending love and trying to lift up the players. How devastating it would be to going into like your freshman, sophomore, whatever season and not, being prepared, working your tail off to try to like make a team or get in that type of shape and not having the opportunity to execute. That's a bummer, man. And there's so many other questions on the other side is like eligibility. What do you do if you're a college athlete and how they're going to work that out? Like college baseball was on its way. They just finished spring break tournaments. Some teams were in, I don't know how many games, long enough to have cut into your eligibility for that season. So I don't know if like NCAA or NAIA is going to have to, I don't know, just skip a year, reimburse those people for their eligibility. Yes, notes on a pad to keep on point, but then comments to take me off my points. This is what people do, right? They write notes down. But yeah, the kids, eligibility, athletes, the Olympics are moving. So what do you do as an athlete? Spring sports and NCAA get a Corona red shirt, and winter sports get screwed over. That's from a college wrestler right there. So that's cool feedback, dude. Thank you for that. That's interesting to know. Like that's interesting insight. But yeah, athletes, seasons. I mean, the NBA, when this first started, Adam Silver they were talking to ESPN a lot. I was watching like what he was saying, talking about maybe moving the beginning of the season to Christmas, but now that's not going to happen. I mean, honestly, they're telling us 4 weeks right now till we get back into the wild. And then what after that? Probably, I don't know, another 2 to 4 weeks, and then who knows what. I think it's smart to kind of be prepared beyond the 4 weeks. That's kind of how I'm thinking about it for my family. And who shot the empty strip yet? I think you would create some really dope stuff. Well, thank you. And Mo, to answer your question, what's today? Tuesday? Thursday, I'm going to throw a camera. I got a couple options. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do it, but I'm going to go live riding my electric bike down the strip. And I've been tempted to get a drone up, just to get some nice aerials and kind of a tasteful space, trying to be smart about stuff like that. But They just gave spring sports eligibility. They expand roster by a few, but costs to athletes are unclear. Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, to finish that thought, Mo, I'm gonna cruise down on my electric bike. I got a 360 cam that I can push live to like Facebook, and then I'll probably go live to IG, and then I think even my dad's gonna shoot that, drive next to me and kind of shoot that, and then I'll cut. Oh, bike for two, and then I'll cut that together and maybe throw a video up on like an IG post or on YouTube or something. But yeah, I've seen some cool stuff on the Strip. I saw in New York somebody has a similar film. I forget what the Strip video. If somebody remembers that Strip video they shared with me, will you post it and give us the name of what we can search to get that? Let me see here. Let me just refresh that, see if anybody is chatting in here. But yeah, I got to get down to the Strip and get some stuff. South Dakota officials are claiming we won't peak in COVID numbers until mid-May. Well, exactly. So we're getting like 4 weeks right now. But even the president was saying, we're weeks out from the peak. So to me, I'm kind of considering that. And when I think about 4 weeks, it definitely doesn't seem like that's a realistic. And beyond, trying to get back to, it's a bummer. Festivals, live sports. I mean, the nature of our work is quick turnover live events. Flipping videos over quickly for events or companies to go live within a reasonable amount of time. But yeah, I'll prompt IG and Facebook and stuff before we start cruising down the Strip. I'd love to find a way to get some aerials of that, but that might be a stretch. Yeah, anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, the original point I was trying to get to is El Cortez put out a post on March 13th. I touched my face again. Oh, that's frustrating. March 13th, and pretty much what they're saying is like, hey, we know what's going on, but we want to continue to share like classic, cool Vegas visuals and El Cortez stuff. And, we want to keep, sharing stuff that people want to see, but I think the trick for that is, and I think Siler brought it up. I was hoping he'd jump in here. I don't know if he's in here, but he brought it up and, mentioned, hey, how do you continue that message? If you didn't see that post on March 13th, how do you continue to show or tell people like, hey, we know what's going on? It's like you almost have to preface it. It was like we were saying bloggers, vloggers, IGers, creators. Everybody's like had all this built up content. And so they're still trying to share it and have like a reason for all that work they did, which I totally understand. We have a bunch of that stuff. But like pre-Rona content is like not interesting right now. And so how do you kind of as like a brand or company continue to tell your audience like, hey, we know what's going on, but we're trying to continue showing stuff that you might want to engage with, that might entertain you. So tastefully embed post-Corona rhetoric. Yeah, exactly. Well, and like looking forward to what is next. And that's tricky. That's a tricky way to do things too, because there's pretty much no definite. Oh, Gary V texted me. Thanks, Gary V. It's a freaking mass text, whatever. YouTube is good. Lighting and audio. Oh, thank you. Tastefully embed post-Corona rhetoric into the copy. Yeah, and that's what El Cortez did. In the copy, they explain that. But I guess you have to work it in every post or any post right now. I don't know. I'd be curious if there's any social media managers or brand people right now, if they have any input. Yesterday we had a lot of good input. And we might even just go live daily and talk about this stuff because there's so much content right now. It's crazy how much things aren't happening, but how much opportunity I think there is for content. And people are more comfortable with, less produced things right now. I think, we're already moving in that direction of like, You had the real beautiful visuals, real beautiful, like epic cut videos. But now, in my opinion, and just seeing how like some of the bigger brands like Nike and other people are doing it, is, you know, people are cool with seeing less produced or lower production value content as long as the actual content of the content is interesting and quality. For instance, like high frame rate stuff, like real epic slow-mo stuff. I mean, you know, whatever in the last 4 or 5 years, you know, more consumer or, you know, cameras you could obtain for just a few $1,000s or even less, you know, we're shooting super beautiful high frame rate footage. And so all the creators started really using that. I mean, even us, like it's beautiful B-roll, 120 frames, beautiful slow-mo B-roll. Well, now it's like, and what you're seeing with like Nike and Jordan, I always use those as examples. They really seem like they understand the short form stuff as well as kind of the medium, longer form stuff. And people want a little bit lower frame rate stuff now, a little jittery, and they want it to kind of feel raw. And so now, even with some of these celebrities going live, they're even them, like I said, laying on your couch needs a good mix of slow-mo and higher frame rate. Or yeah, high frame rate. Yeah, so and now if it's all slow-mo, beautiful B-roll, you're like, okay, like what though? Why? I want more raw and I want to feel like I'm next to it. Like the behind the scenes stuff started getting a little bit more popular. People wanted to see the story leading up to what the event was or why, you know, let's say it's an event. We'll stick with an event just because it's an easy example. But people wanted to see not just the person on stage, but like, you know, the artist coming up to the stage, where they were before, where they're coming from, you know, stock video and imagery going to be in higher demand. I think right now, and with some of our clients and brands we know and people we know working right now, agencies and brands are really probably trying to dig into how can they rework already recorded stuff, already shot stuff, already put together pieces with stock. I mean, right now you kind of got to, and stock's tricky. I mean, if you have a nice stock database right now and it's something other than, you know, flower petals and clouds, I mean, you could sell those too. This is why TikTok is so popular. It's raw. You don't have to be perfect like Instagram. Exactly. And I think that's a great point. And I think that TikTok has had that influence on TikTok's a funny one, man. I'm glad you brought that up. TikTok it's definitely had that influence on Instagram and like IG stories, right? And it was a big pullback from, you know, like the Jesse Driftwood type, you know, produced transitional, whatever you want to call it, footage. Yeah, it's great. Mo, are you on TikTok, bro? Are you getting down with TikTok every day? I've messed with the app, but we haven't really done TikTok stuff. And, you know, with the point of going live, we had a bunch of edits to do in like the last month that we were finishing. And then, you know, clients and brands asking us to like rework their old stuff. So yes, sir, Mo Bryan. All right, check out Mo on TikTok, people. I'm sure he's making some cool stuff. I'll check you out after this, bro. I guess we'll do a made good, you know, we got to do a made good TikTok then. Can you have subjects of interest pre-planned for slow motion rate and normal speed between that can be edited? Yes. So exactly. And generally how we'd shoot is a little bit normal frame rate when you got somebody speaking, or you want to have that more like intimate kind of feel. And then the high frame rate stuff's usually for like epic B-roll, you know, and then kind of splicing those together with maybe an interview or something is kind of a somewhat general format. Of course, there's workarounds with stuff like that. Anyway, what was the point? TikTok's influence on Instagram. So yeah, like now, and even I think goes with like FaceTime and oh, what's up, you guys? Thanks for jumping in. A lot of waves here. Thanks for the waves. Up or something. I don't know. Like that was my example of like kind of somewhat disconnected, distasteful com stuff. I read a lot of comments. I don't know if you guys read comments, but if I see a piece that's good or bad, I'll dive into the comments and see kind of what people are talking about it. Okay, face touch. I got 3 face touches. This is a head scratch. Does this count as a face touch? Oh, we got some folks from Brazil. What's up, y'all? Let's see. We got a little message here. Yeah, lighting audio. Yeah, we'll do Tech Tuesdays. We'll do some live editing too. Why not? Like, shoot, you guys, we don't got nothing better to do. Just some edits, you know, and we got to edit anyway. So maybe we'll show some of that stuff off. And like the edit bay and stuff. But back to TikTok and that's the thing too, right? Because, you know, TikTok's influence on Instagram, now brands, whoever is reworking their TikTok stuff into Instagram. Oh, Sao Paulo. Yes. We love that place. We had an awesome trip there. Really intense, fast moving place, but like very, very awesome. We're still drinking the coffee we got from there. They're not a sponsor. We won't say their names. But now brands repurposing like celebrities' TikToks, you know, and celebrities, you know, it is interesting to see who seems kind of connected and one with reality, right? Like, you know, millionaire celebrities right now might have a hard time understanding, especially if they've been that way for a long time. And I'm not putting any judgment on people. Be at home. Yeah, be at home, man. Stay safe, dude. Be at home and be with your family. But reworking TikToks. Oh yeah, feeling disconnected. I think it's an opportunity for maybe those celebrities to feel a little bit more connected and understanding of kind of the common person's dealings right now, you know. But then, you know, you see A-Rod and J-Lo doing their little dance, their TikTok dance. I love the comments. If you go, I think it was on Complex, and you look, I don't know, they shared a few of them, but if you look on Complex's Instagram, I think maybe ESPN might have shared it too. But they're doing their dance, and it's pretty funny, like, and avoid to spread the corona. Yeah, stay home. Hopefully you got something to do, you know, learn a new trick, like learn some new habits, like do some push-ups, you know. Oh, and the push-up thing. Thank you, everybody, for not nominating me to do push-ups. Like, I'll do push-ups if I got to do push-ups. It was like the ice bucket challenge, you know. I don't know where it was. I'll find the link. I'll link it in like YouTube or something. But it's them doing their dance, and if you look at A-Rod and J-Lo's house, it looks like the house from what was that movie? Somebody name that movie. Somebody in the comments hit me with the movie name. It was the guy living under the house. Is a recent movie. Come on. What is the movie? It's the Parasite. Thank you. Somebody said their house looks like the Parasite house, which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah, Sao Paulo, only essential services are opening. Thank you for sharing that. Like, I think that's what some of this live stream stuff stems from, is us talking to like friends all over like the world and getting kind of their input on things. Let me see here. Okay. And you know, getting feedback from people and, you know, seeing what they were dealing with in their state. So what was the other kind of content piece I was looking at? Some of the Nike ads on Twitter were pretty cool. Siler actually mentioned those to me. So let's see, let's see my link here. And pretty much what their angle is that everyone's a pro athlete right now. So where is it at? Oh, it's in the DMs. Here we go. On a kind of cool thing, I see they expedited in April 19th. It's a Michael Jordan documentary. They're doing like a 10-part series, but they interviewed Kobe. Like, the list of people they interviewed looks really cool. So that's pretty cool. That'll be worth a watch. Obama, Adam Silver, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. That's a good time to like release something like this. I feel like, um, especially kind of following, like getting an interview with Kobe. I don't know about anybody else, but after he passed, like going to back and watching his interviews was like almost like intense. I also, another piece of content worth watching is Kobe's last game. If you're a sports fan, that's a good one. Um, let's see. So what were we talking about? Cortez, how can you continue that message? Let's see. Let's see. I was like, oh, am I getting feedback? No, it's just the stuff that's playing on my computer. So once again, we're on YouTube if you want to check it out. It's in the bio. It's in the IG bio. How do we end up where we are right now? TikTok, less produced content. Yeah, now I think you'll be able to, as like a content creator, be a lot more loose isn't the word. I still think it's thoughtful storytelling, but you won't have to, they already talk about, making film on a budget and all this and that. Well, now it's not even really about the budget. It's about a tasteful way to tell a story. So what'd they say? How do you get groceries in Sao Paulo? How do you get groceries in Sao Paulo? That's interesting. Trying to be at home. Subject of interest. What was the other question there? Yeah, I was hoping Aaron Pino would jump on here. Is he on here? He's in Chicago. I haven't heard anybody from Chicago telling us about what they're dealing with. But if he jumps in, how do you get the groceries? Do you have it delivery? Yeah, if Aaron jumps in, I'd love to. Yes, but more digestible visuals. Yeah. And some of if you look at maybe like Coachella, Life is Beautiful, any of these festivals, in guess like 16, 17, like those really kind of special effects, with the launch of like 360 cams, special effects event videos got real popular, and a lot of those creators that were kind of in the forefront of doing that, a lot of them actually saw a real good, following they created. Oh, I'm at 4 face touches. Sorry, guys. Rona free. It's a way to be. But the festivals, like Coachella, they're making kind of these crazy visuals. And now I'm seeing a lot of those creators. Is Life is Beautiful canceled? I mean, it's in September. Almost touched my face, but I didn't. Thoughtful storytelling, Life is Beautiful canceled. Is it? I haven't seen any of that on Coachella. Just launched today that they're going to do a 20 Years in the Desert, a YouTube original documentary streaming free on April 10th. So obviously they had some content they were working on with Netflix. I mean, now's the time to kind of push that stuff up in front. I mean, I guess you have time. Something like this, I think is fine, especially going on like a Netflix. Not yet. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Life is Beautiful hasn't been canceled yet, but I don't think there's any way it's happening in September, that's for sure, right? Or this year. I mean, if there's another music festival or live sporting event in the year 2020, I will be so surprised. The way things have kind of fairly quickly escalated, and just the time that people want to get more comfortable. Like, we're talking about getting back into society, and we're like 4 weeks out from even being able to like see family that might live in another house. It's funny. I think it's an opportunity to like really focus on your priorities and see, kind of where your priorities are at, well, for me too, I'm in that same boat, but what are we talking about? Oh, festival content. Yeah, that's what's interesting with nightlife in Vegas. We were preparing with content for late May, June, but still are uncertain. Yeah, dude. And honestly, of course, I really hope, and we want events going again. I love It's what I love, the experience of shooting live events, and kind of the intensity and pressure of creating content from it, and pushing over quick turnover videos, the energy of live events, and like Mo mentioned, with like nightlife and clubs, live music, festivals. We'll throw sports in there. Like, it's awesome, and it's like I said, it's the nature of our business. So for us, it's pretty crucial. And so I really hope that come, like you said, May, June, we can get some of those things going again. And right now, obviously, being creative with how we're like doing things or sharing content, you know, and yesterday was mentioned the live concerts, which those, I think for people tuning into live concerts a lot, it kind of got it's probably a little wore out. But I mean, if you're a musician right now, I think it's an opportunity once again to be a little more raw, play an acoustic set or do something live in front of like your fans. If you have like a nice fan base, give them a lot. Like, yeah, day clubs too. I know we need events always. Yes. Yeah, everybody's got a pent up party in them. I like that. That's a good way to put that. People are anxious to get back out there, man. Um, and imagine now, like we're pent up right now, and imagine in 4 weeks, imagine in 2 months. I was thinking about it. You know, I want the opportunity to take my son to a baseball game. He's just a baby. It's like right now, I can't even imagine when I'd ever get that possibility. But it'll come back. We'll come back. So back to the content. So like Coachella festival content, loopables, creative video stuff. Some people call it micro content, snackables, whatever term you kind of put on the short form stuff. It got real trendy to do very kind of, people were doing that Ari Ferraroy guy. He did a lot of like the what's it called, a Ferris wheel. You can see that stuff on like, I mean, shoot, you got to go back a few years. Coachella kept kind of doing that, and other festivals kind of follow along a little bit. There's some EDC stuff, but so we were a lot more into like the special effects, kind of 360 cam stuff. And now, like that kind of that raw standard frame rate stuff is, actually Josh, is he still in here? He's got some really good festival stuff. You could check him out, just Josh. But, now with like, especially video, that's kind of where I'm speaking from the most is video experience. And kind of what just in my experience, what brands and people who manage social media accounts have kind of expressed to me they're looking for. But yeah, where was I going? Just staying raw and making kind of some of the animated pieces. TikTok. Oh, so back to TikTok. TikTok's an interesting one because I felt like the Instagram audience and just audiences in general, having spent more time watching video and getting maybe a taste for what they like video wise, I felt like the audience was moving into more wanting to, like what we've been working on is more like 3 to 5 minute short form documentary type pieces, behind the scenes, whether that be like music, culinary, art, events, festivals, sports. And then TikTok comes along, somewhat kind of Snapchatty, but man, you start making a TikTok, you will spend your day editing that TikTok, or at least that happens to me, like when I'm like messing around with it. But I will say it's getting a little cringy, the dance kind of like family dancing TikTok stuff. No offense, anybody who's doing that. It's like got to be super fun. It's a good way to burn time. But then, Complex, these other brands are reworking that into their content, which is cool and it feels good. It's relatable, but it kind of is. I don't know if anybody has an opinion on that. It's kind of cringy to me. And just like a high five would be right now almost, So Okay, good news. Friend of ours that we know. Okay, great. Okay, that's good news. People are doing better. That's great, you guys. Um, that's awesome. And that's great. Um, so anyway, TikTok. Yes. Uh, yeah, so now it's back to that short form stuff, but it's funny, like dancing used to be more like art too, right? So for instance, now, an artist is a thing to strive to be. I mean, when we were growing up, not dating myself because I know we have a little bit more of a mixed crowd here, but Fader is doing a live digital festival on their site. It's pretty interesting how fast they turned it around. Well, yeah, the Fader, they're dope, dude. I'm gonna check that out too. Thank you for that. I know I follow them on Instagram. Maybe I just missed that. So yeah, check out the Fader doing a live digital festival on their site. That's dope, dude. I typed in the festival, not the Fader. Pretty interesting how fast they turned it around. Exactly. And that's a tasteful move, right? It was like, okay. How can I quickly get to that? Just on their website? On Instagram, click to their website. Fort. Look, Mo will drop that knowledge on us. Yeah, I mean, that's a great idea. And to jump on something quickly and to be tasteful. On the fader.com. There we are. Your online music care package. There you go. Okay, are we interviewing artists here too? This is cool. All right, this is cool. I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna really watch this, and I'm gonna talk about this a little bit more probably tomorrow once I have a minute to kind of take it in. But yeah, that's a good jump. Like, be tasteful. And it was challenging. Like 4 weeks ago, what you could do compared to now, even around the Rona, has changed entirely. And pre-Rona content, man. Nobody wants to see that pre-Rona stuff. They want to know that the content that's being made can relate to the feelings that they're also having too. Relatable content, man. I mean, I think that's what people are trying to get to anyway. Imagine being an Instagram model right now who doesn't do live, has no kind of IGTV. I don't have a good example of this. I wouldn't put anybody on blast. And I'm not hating Instagram models, that's for sure. Like, more power to you to build a following, whatever you got to do. But imagine being an Instagram model and having a following, but not having developed maybe a kind of a personality, or not having interacted with your audience enough to kind of keep a relevant and interested audience. Now, a bathing suit bikini, this is my bathing suit bikini shot, but a bathing suit bikini shot or whatever is just almost in poor taste, right? Or they do that nostalgia or that FOMO where it's like a model on a beach, it's like, well, or at a crazy event or whatever, that might be more challenging to be tasteful right now. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm not dogging anybody. I'm just saying, like, it's a unique time and things are changing. And even in another 4 weeks, we might be having a totally different conversation. Hopefully it's for the good, and it's getting us back into having festivals and events, but it's hard to say. 4 weeks ago, or however many weeks that it settled on you that you were going to have to be at home. Obviously 2 weeks ago, because we've been on the quarantine for 2 weeks now. But oh, what's up, dude? Willie, what's up, bro? But what was my point? I always get distracted by these comments, which I love. Like, it gives me great things to talk about. But I lost my train of thought. My train of thought gets derailed so easy. Okay, a song in 30. Oh, that's where. Okay, Willie. Okay, I'm not sure how you say it, Willie the Six or Willie IV. I don't know, bro. But I saw that you had followed us, and I was seeing what you were doing. A song in 30. This dude was. I need to go back and check out your content. And if I'm off, bro, like you can correct me. But he seems like a pretty likable dude too. I don't know if we've met, bro, but he was doing IG. He did a song in 30. I think you've been doing it like every day or something. Got a nice voice too. But he's doing live. It's like what we were talking about. It's too easy to get distracted, I know. But he's doing live like music production or like quick, it's almost like quick turnover music production. First of all, you show people you have like a genuine skill and talent, and then you're putting stuff for people to interact with. And the video, obviously the nice production on the music, but the video's not overproduced. It's you kind of with the mic singing. So you can kind of see that. Check him out. Willie, WILLIEIV _. And if I say that wrong, bro, you can correct me here. It's all love, dude. But what were we saying? Train of thought, tasteful comment or tasteful content. Who was my example right now? Where was I? I don't know. Tasteful content, you see a comment and then you lose it. Yeah, we're talking about Instagram models, stuff like that. Or Willie the Fourth. Sorry, bro. I don't know why I said 6. Yeah, Willie IV. What? Sorry, dude. I scrolled down. Let me scroll back up. Right on, bro. Well, check him out, you guys. Shoot me a DM too or something, bro. And with this stuff and with what I'm doing on YouTube, we're on YouTube too. If you want to click that link in IG, we're live right now on YouTube. Oh, I got all this feedback again. Nope, it's just my Google. But yeah, if it's anybody's interested, I am going to we have it set up to where I can take FaceTimes on YouTube. And I didn't set that up right now because really we don't have that kind of interest or following yet. But you know, I'd love to like get a couple of people that want to like either go live with me on IG and like talk about these things, or if you're more comfortable, we could FaceTime and then I could push the audio to IG live and I can actually put your visual up on YouTube. Or if you're not comfortable with that, it could just be a phone call. And so if anybody's interested, like DM me, hit me up on YouTube, text me if you know me. I would love to have, you know, really anyone that's interested in talking about these things. But I know a lot of people that have jumped in and out of this IG feed are people I know pretty well and that have like real substantial roles working on the things that we're talking about. So if you see some comments in this IG live, you're probably hearing from somebody, you know, that really knows their stuff. Or has these experiences where they got to like make these decisions. I mean, there's been a few people in here that are the things we're talking about. They're actually having to make these decisions for different brands, companies, you name it. Oh, we're losing the IG feed here. Let me see. I'm losing my connection on IG here. Let me see. Let's see. Reconnecting. All right. Oh, my live video on IG ended. All right, we'll start live on YouTube. If somebody's on the YouTube stream, will you link into? Let's see. I'll try to go back live. All right. Let's see if we get back here. Well, we're still live on YouTube. Is anybody in this feed on YouTube? We got kicked. We got kicked on the Instagrams. Sorry about that. My connection was kind of, it looks like we lost the feed. Anyway, we're still on YouTube, I guess. Thanks for jumping back in, you guys. Sorry about that. And like I said, if you want to, my feed going into YouTube, I have a connected feed, so it's much stronger. Thanks for jumping back in. But Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, I was just saying if anyone wants to hit me up and talk about these things or like stuff you're seeing, tasteful content, distasteful content, stuff you like, stuff you don't like, DM it to me or hit me up, text me if you know me. When I do the live stream on YouTube, which we're live right now, I'm gonna push this a little bit more and probably do Facebook Live. I feel like Facebook, we have a little bit more of an audience. We don't share a ton of content because usually we're working on like branded or client work, which I'm very protective of like the client work and just being tasteful with non-disclosures and stuff like that. So we don't share a ton of the client content. We do little tidbits and tasteful things here and there, but that's not how we like generate what we do. It's usually through personal relationships and really that's how most of it has come to us, and it's kept us pretty busy over a few years now. So we'll start posting more here, doing the live stuff. Oh, I got a text from Mo. I got kicked. Love what you're doing, bro. Thank you, bro. Everything with my nightlife work, doing a type of. Oh, nice. Oh, cool, dude. Mo's doing this too. All right, Mo will be cool to have on here. Oh, dude, I'm putting it out there anytime I'm live. Mo, anytime I'm live here, bro, if you want to jump in on the live with me, that'd be dope. I would love it, dude. See, Mo's got the right idea. He gets it. Oh, cool. I'm just got to let him know anytime he wants to. Cool, man. Would love to discuss next day edits with you. Yeah, right on, dude. Shoot me a message or an email or DM me your number. We could text, bro. Where are you in the world? Are you are you local in Vegas, or where are you at? Yeah, and if you don't want to answer that on the feed, you could hit me up too, bro. It's great. We'll have to be soon. Keep it up. Love it, man. Right on, dude. Appreciate the feedback. The convo going. Yeah, on YouTube right now, we can share stuff. I'll probably wrap this here in a moment. I was seeing if anybody else got on. I felt kind of bad for leaving people hanging. Anyway, you can check us on Instagram, obviously, Instagram.com/madegoodcompany. The YouTube link to this stream is in the bio on Instagram. So feel free to check that out. Check out some of our videos. We'll post some more stuff like that. Most of the stuff we're going to start doing is live. So like, feel free to interact. DM me any content or anything you have. Yeah, and thanks for jumping in, you guys. Thanks for the feedback and for commenting. Cool. I'm going to jump out of live on Instagram right now. See you guys. Let's see. And now share to story. Okay. We're still on YouTube though. I'm curious who's in our YouTube feed. See if I have anything I can share here. We might just wrap it though. That was pretty good. We did an hour. That's not bad. Sorry to the YouTube audience. I was really speaking to our IG live audience just because they were a little bit more engaging with it and commenting. But yeah, check us out on Instagram. We're gonna call this the Made Good Minute, but I think it's more about content, cameras, and Corona. I think that's what we're gonna do. But anyway, we'll wrap this stream, and we might be live again tomorrow. If not, we'll link out like when we'll be live next. It'll be within the next few days. But yeah, I guess we'll wrap it, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.